Have you ever wondered why some people seem to succeed effortlessly while others struggle despite constantly talking about their dreams? Have you ever asked yourself why certain individuals move quietly, work silently, and then suddenly they're everywhere, unstoppable, undeniable? What if the real secret to achieving everything you want isn't found in loud declarations or constant updates, but in quiet, focused action? What if the greatest transformations happen when no one is watching? Think about it. How much energy have you wasted explaining your goals to people who didn't even believe in themselves? How many dreams have you delayed because you were waiting for the perfect applause, the perfect support, the perfect moment? How often have you let the noise of the world drown out the quiet wisdom inside you? It's easy to get caught in the trap of announcing every small move, but a trap of chasing validation instead of chasing growth, the trap of performing for an audience that doesn't even matter. But real power, the kind of power that lasts, is not built in the spotlight. It's forged in silence. It's nurtured in the unseen hours when the world isn't clapping, when the cameras aren't rolling, when the likes and comments aren't pouring in. The truth is, when you focus too much on telling the world what you're about to do, you often lose the energy you need to actually do it. Talking about your dreams feels good. It gives you a temporary rush of excitement, a taste of the end goal before any real work is done. But that high is fleeting. And if you're not careful, it will rob you of the discipline required to truly succeed. Are you willing to trade instant validation for lasting victory? Are you willing to sacrifice applause today so you can stand tall tomorrow? You're ready to stop announcing and start building? Because the ones who rise above the noise are not the ones shouting the loudest. They are the ones grinding in silence, growing in private, evolving without the need for constant recognition. They are the ones who understand that silence is not weakness, it's strategy. That patience is not passivity, it's preparation. That delayed gratification isn't punishment, it's power. When you learn to move quietly, to protect your energy, to focus solely on the work instead of the attention, something shifts inside you. You stop needing the world's permission. You stop craving approval. You stop doubting your worth based on external reactions. You start trusting yourself. You start honoring your journey. You start becoming the kind of person who doesn't talk about change, you embody it. And when that happens, your success becomes inevitable. Your growth becomes unstoppable. Use your physics about it. Your life becomes the loudest, clearest statement you could ever make, and you won't need to say a single word. So if you're ready to step into your power, to silence the noise and to let your results do the talking, then keep listening. Because today we're diving deep into the art of moving in silence. And how letting your success make the noise will change your life forever. The power of turning inward. There comes a point in life when you realize not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, your dreams, or your plans. You begin to understand that protecting your energy isn't just wise, it's essential. In a world that glorifies noise, silence becomes your superpower. You see, it's easy to talk about what you're going to do. It's easy to make grand announcements, post every little step, seek applause before the journey is even complete. But real power, real transformation, it happens when you shift inward. When you focus not on broadcasting your next move, but on building it quietly, brick by brick. The world is full of distractions. Opinions, judgments, expectations, all fighting for a piece of your attention. If you're not careful, you'll find yourself living for others, adjusting your path based on applause or criticism, losing your true self in the noise. That's why silence is so important. It's not about being secretive out of fear. It's about being protective out of strength. When you focus on yourself, you redirect your energy from talking to doing. You no longer waste time explaining your dreams to people who can't see your vision. You stop handing your power over to those who haven't earned the right to hold it. Because the truth is, not everyone will understand your path. Not everyone is meant to. Real growth doesn't need to be validated by outsiders. It happens in the quiet moments. It happens when you're grinding with no spotlight, when you're staying disciplined even when no one is watching, when you're working through the late nights, the early mornings, the lonely seasons. That's where champions are made, not on stages, but in silence. And it's in that silence that you develop the most valuable qualities: patience, resilience, focus, humility. You learn to rely on your inner voice rather than the opinions that surround you. You owe it to yourself to retreat from the noise, to choose yourself over validation, to guard your goals until they are strong enough to survive the winds of judgment. You don't need to explain your progress. You don't need to advertise your hustle. Let your work grow silently, so that when it blooms, it's undeniable. Remember this: the oak tree doesn't shout while it's growing. It roots itself deep in the earth. It grows strong in seasons no one sees. And when the time is right, it stands tall, unshakable, unbreakable. That's how you must build your life. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. Move with purpose. And when the time comes, your results will make the noise for you far louder and far more powerful than any words ever could. Protecting your energy, focusing on yourself, isn't selfish, it's survival. In a world that constantly pulls you in 1,000 directions, protecting your energy becomes a matter of life and purpose. You have to understand that not everyone deserves access to your spirit, your dreams, or your time. And sometimes the greatest act of self-respect is learning when to stay silent. Every time you overshare your plans, you give people a doorway into your mind. You give them ammunition they can use to doubt you, to discourage you, or to derail you. And sometimes it's not even malicious. People project their fears, their limits, and their failures onto you without even realizing it. But when you move silently, when you keep your focus locked inward, you strip them of that power. You don't give them a target to hit. You don't offer them a blueprint to criticize. Instead, you protect your vision in its most vulnerable stages, allowing it to grow strong without unnecessary interference. And you have to guard your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Every word you speak, every plan you reveal is a piece of your energy leaving your body. And if you're constantly leaking energy by explaining yourself, defending your dreams, or justifying your past, you're robbing yourself of the strengths you need to actually build it. The more you talk, the more they expect. The more they expect, the more pressure you carry. And pressure, when it comes from the wrong sources, can crush even the strongest ambitions. It can make you question yourself. It can make you doubt your instincts. It can pull you away from the very path you were born to walk. But when you stay silent, you stay free. Free from unnecessary expectations. Free from unwanted opinions. Free from the noise that drowns out your inner wisdom. Protecting your energy also means protecting your peace. You don't have to engage in every conversation. You don't have to respond to every opinion. You don't have to explain your evolution to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Focus on yourself. Stay in your lane. Nurture your growth in private. Let them wonder what you're up to. Let them hustle. Let them gossip, because none of it matters. The work you are doing in silence is building a foundation so strong that no rumor, no judgment, no outside noise will ever be able to shake it. Your peace is your power. Your silence is your strength. And when the time comes, your success will be so loud, so undeniable that you won't have to say a single word. So protect your energy fiercely. Focus your attention wisely. And remember, you are not obligated to explain yourself to anyone. Your journey is yours alone, and the right people will respect it, even when they don't understand it. Building in silence. When you focus on yourself in silence, you give yourself the greatest gift imaginable: the freedom to grow without limits, without judgment, without interference. Building in silence allows you to pour every ounce of your energy into what truly matters: the work itself. Not the announcement of it, not the validation from others, but the work, the real, gritty, unglamorous work that success demands. While others are busy broadcasting their next move, you're busy mastering your craft. While others chase attention, You're chasing growth, substance, and longevity. The truth is, greatness isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows. It's built in the long, lonely hours when nobody is cheering, when nobody even knows what you're doing. And that's exactly why you must embrace the silence. When you build in silence, you protect yourself from premature judgment. You give yourself the space to make mistakes, to pivot, to learn, without the heavy weight of other people's expectations crushing your spirit. You allow your ideas to evolve naturally, without being boxed in by what others think you should or shouldn't do. Building in silence also forces you to develop inner strength. When you're not performing for an audience, you have to find motivation from within. You learn how to push yourself even when no one is clapping. You learn how to believe in your vision even when no one else sees it yet. And that inner fire, that discipline, that resilience will carry you much further than external applause ever could. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, be willing to work in seasons of silence. Be willing to delay recognition. Be willing to invest hours, months, even years behind closed doors before the world even gets a glimpse of what you've been creating. Remember, success that is rushed often crumbles just as quickly. But success built in silence, success rooted in patience and discipline, is unshakable. And when the time comes, because it will, when you finally step into the light, your results will be undeniable. You won't have to convince anyone. You won't have to argue for your worth. Your work will speak for itself, and it will speak louder than any announcement you could have ever made along the way. So stay focused. Stay quiet. Let the noise stay outside your door while you build your empire brick by brick. Work while they doubt you. Grind while they sleep on you. Stay patient while they underestimate you. Because when you finally rise, it will be clear to everyone that you didn't need the spotlight to grow. You became the light. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can dim the shine that was built in silence. Let this success make the noise. There is something powerful about a person who doesn't announce their moves, who doesn't broadcast their struggles, who doesn't seek permission to chase their dreams. There's a quiet strength in moving in silence and letting success be the voice that speaks loudest. You don't have to tell the world you're working. You don't have to explain every sacrifice, every early morning, every late night. You don't have to defend your discipline or justify your ambition. Because eventually your results will tell the story that words never could. You see, talk is cheap. Anyone can make promises. Anyone can set goals, post about them, and talk about how one day they are going to change. But few people have the endurance to stay consistent when no one is clapping, when no one is checking, when no one even notices. When you focus on yourself and stay silent, you separate yourself from the crowd. You build character, you sharpen discipline. You prove to yourself, not to others, that you are serious about your dreams. And when you finally arrive at your destination, the people who doubted you won't need an explanation. They'll see it, they'll feel it, they'll witness the power of what you built in silence, and many will regret ever underestimating you. That's the beauty of staying focused and staying silent. You don't waste time arguing. You don't waste time convincing. You don't waste time seeking approval from people who were never qualified to give it. Instead, you put your head down, do the work, and when the time is right, you let your success make the noise. Let your new life be the proof. Let your transformation be the evidence. Let your peace, your growth, your achievements, your happiness all build through quiet, relentless effort. Speak on your behalf. Because when success speaks, it's undeniable. It silences critics. It humbles doubters. It inspires others. And most importantly, it reminds you that you are always capable. You just needed to believe in yourself more than you believed in their opinions. Remember, you are not in a race against anyone else. You don't need to compete for attention. You don't need to announce every small win. Real winners are too busy working to seek validation. Let your energy stay sacred. Let your focus stay sharp. Let your actions be louder than your announcements. Move in silence. Stay rooted in your purpose. Keep building, keep evolving, keep rising, quietly, patiently, relentlessly. And when the time comes, when you unveil the life you have created through your silent dedication, the world will have no choice but to notice. You won't need to say a word. Your life be your loudest testimony. Your success will make all the noise you will ever need. At the end of the day, the world doesn't need another announcement, it needs a demonstration. You don't need to tell everyone you're building something extraordinary. You don't need to seek permission to dream bigger, to grow stronger, or to become the best version of yourself. You simply need to build. You simply need to become. Because true success doesn't beg for attention, it commands it. Real growth doesn't seek approval, it shines with undeniable strength. When you choose to move in silence, you choose to protect your destiny. You protect your energy. You protect your peace. You protect the sacred process of becoming who you were always meant to be. Every quiet hour you spend grinding while others are watching TV. Every silent morning you dedicate to learning, growing, and sharpening your skills. Every unseen moment of discipline, patience, and self-belief you cultivate. It's not wasted. It's not invisible. It's building something unstoppable inside you. The truth is, the less you announce, the more you produce. The less you explain, the more you accomplish. The less you seek validation, the more freedom you gain. And when the time is right, when your work has matured, when your skills are undeniable, when your strength is unshakable, you won't have to say a single word. Your results will say everything for you. Your achievements will speak louder than any speech you could give. Your peace will glow brighter than any post you could make. Your character will roar louder than any attention you could chase. Remember this, flowers don't open loudly. They bloom quietly. And yet their beauty fills the world. Be like that. Bloom in silence. Let your excellence be your voice. You don't have to explain yourself to people who don't see your vision. You don't have to convince those who are committed to misunderstanding you. You owe no one an announcement. You owe yourself results. So starting today, move differently. Protect your plans. Guard your energy. Nurture your dreams in silence. Stay consistent when no one is clapping. Stay focused when no one is watching. And trust, absolutely trust, that the day will come when the results of your silent, relentless work will be so massive that the world will have no choice but to notice. Because success isn't about talking louder. It's about building stronger. It's about becoming so undeniable that your results echo louder than anything you could have ever said. Stay silent. Stay focused. Stay powerful. And when the time comes, let your success make all the noise.